Good day, everyone. So today we'll discuss about the combination of von Hildebrand's and Husserl's philosophy. Now let's start with the theme of Husserl. In this thesis, Husserl showed that experiences are counted and can use weight on how their values are applied. Human will address the issue or can be called epoche or a period of being facing his own reality. So, with supporting points, let us have Mr. Mahunyag.
So the first supporting point is that bias are committed in daily lives, even not noticed, and even certain breakthroughs as well. So second, man can still know the truth itself in spite of the limitations and biases that he is facing. And the third, man can attain knowledge through data coming from observation and objective experience. And let's go to the examples by.
Okay, for the first example. For example, a man split fire just by rubbing a pair of stones in behalf without knowing it for the sake of merrymaking or pampalipas oras. It then can be used for. He does not know what he is doing that is obvious and suddenly it works. So it encompasses humility and getting in time. You're appreciating a thing you do not know but really exists. The second, for instance, if a person will look at the mountain, he can know it based only on himself. But it does not end there for the reason that he can suspend his judgment and go on in the investigation, knowing the investigation, knowing the truth and reality that mountains based on what it is and not on own speculation. In looking at that tree, although man can judge it through his subjectivity, so that's for the third example. But if man will pursue and continue by being careful and also asking from others, he can attain knowledge, which is not just the truth to himself, but an objective knowledge. So the floor is given again to Mr. Mahunyag.
So let us go to the insight. So as a person walks through its existence, he or she encounters things that already exist and make use of it and reflects on how it builds up one's being. So every human being has a capacity to know the truth, maybe in its own time, and met through uncovered thoughts and cutting out unneeded things. So in conclusion, Husserl's point of view is valid because that biases and belief that is thrown suddenly without proof is always in human's way. He or she believes that it is leading them to the truth because experience harnessed them and it has a point. But it is advisable to measure those costs in order for a person not to commit or take acts that only take long time and which are absorbed over again. And let us go to von Hildebrand's prediction.
For von Hildebrand, he developed a thesis that man is not only a knowing subject, he is also capable of looking beyond his own subjectivity to see what is beyond himself. For the points is brother French.
Okay, for the supporting points, uh, first, philosophy deals with a priori knowledge, and it is not just about description of things. For
For
example,
example,
I see
I
a
see a
chair in
chair
front
in
of
front
me.
of me.
Although the
Although the
presence of
presence
it
of it
is
is
important
important
in
in
philosophizing,
philosophizing,
I'm
I'm
not the
not the
task
task
to
to
gather on
gather
the
on the
empirical
empirical
data
data
that will
that will
only
only
describe it.
describe it. My task in philosophizing is to know these meanings that we share. What is its essence? What is its purpose? And above all, does it exist in reality or is just an imagination of mine?
For supporting point number two, philosophy is all about finding truth by going beyond what the senses can experience and know.
For instance, philosophy is considered unique and different from other sciences for the reason that it does not rely on what man can experience physically. Instead of using senses in seeking for knowledge about things such as the sun, philosophy is all about insights that is all about asking and trying to answer the question such as what really is the sun or what makes sun a sun.
Okay, for the last supporting point, uh, man can know the essence of things because he can set aside his biases and do the intellectual action called intuition.
For instance, in looking at the sky, the thing that hinders humans in knowing its essence, it's not his limitations as a finite being, but it is just his biases that disables him from knowing the essence. If he will look at the sky with carefulness, so that he may not fall to subjectivity and have confidence in himself, he can know the essence of the sky, not easily, but slowly and gradually.
Okay, so allow me to give my insight about von Hildebrand's What is Philosophy? In spite of the limitations and finite nature of humans, he or she still has the capacity to know the things in themselves, and this capacity will only happen if she or he will set aside his subjectivity and biases. And to know the essence of things is not just a dream or an illusion of man. For the reason in philosophizing, man does not only rely in senses on acquiring knowledge, and instead of relying on senses, he is seeking what is beyond senses, such as with the use of rationality and insights.
In
In
conclusion,
conclusion,
man appears to be a meaningful being through the things he encounters and experiences, providing our perceptual acts content rather than our actions giving them significance.
thank you very much.